JB, how about my guy Jerry Newheisel dealing, dude?
I know.
I work with Jerry. I've known the Neuheisel family since I was 16 years old when I played at Colorado, and I worked with Jerry at UCLA. I'm not surprised. The kid is I shouldn't call him a kid. He's not a kid. He's a good young coach.
It's crazy. We know him as a kid, though, because he was always the kid.
He was our ball boy when I was in Colorado. I used to run around on the sideline, but I'm really happy for Jerry because I know how much he loves UCLA. I feel very bad for Shaun because he's a friend of mine, but I am happy for Jerry because he's making the most of his opportunity.
Yep.
And the more his offense performs and Nico gets back on track, I mean, Jerry's going to find himself being a coordinator either at UCLA next year or at a very, very prominent school and going to get rewarded financially for it. So I'm happy for Jerry.
And that's the difference, too, like Aaron Glenn versus what Tim Skipper's doing as an interim. Tim Skipper said, all right, we got a guy who has a father lineage UCLA guy in Rick Neuheisel. We got his son here who was carried off the football field, beating Texas as a player, as a walk-on, and then as a coach, right? Let's make him comfortable being a first-time play caller, to Chev's point. Let's hire the guy that coached him in Noel Mazzoni to come whisper sweet nothings in his ear and saying, hey, it's 3rd and short. We got Chevron here. We got Exxon here. We got boom, boom, boom. Make it real simple for Nico. And guess what now? Nico's playing fast. He's not thinking over everything. They're playing fast as an offense. They've scored 45 and 38 2 weeks in a row when they couldn't get a first down. So, like, something has happened there. And now you have to credit Tim Skipper for being the interim head coach who said, let's make it comfortable. We'll hire a guy from high school, Noel Mazzoni, who knows UCLA, has been here, knows Neuheisel, coached them under Mora, and said, hey, let's bring him in. And look
and credit for Tim to make to
call. Yeah.
To make the change at offensive coordinator and say, hey, this ain't let's do something different. And move Jerry into his normal where he should be. He's a quarterback by trade. Move him into the quarterback room to coach the quarterback and call the offense. And I noticed I watched a little bit of the Michigan State highlights. I didn't get to watch all of it because we were playing, but I watched some of the highlights and he's running some of Noel stuff, but he's running a bunch of chip stuff too. Because I saw a couple of things they scored on. I'm like, okay, we ran that when I was there. So, hats off to Jerry. He's putting his personality into it. And like we've called plays for a long time. And what I like that Jerry's doing is he's evolving because once you put stuff on film, that's when defensive coordinators start to really go to work, right? Take away your best stuff. And so hats off to Jerry to put back-to-back good games together. He's got to continue to do that because defense coaches are good and they're going to take away your best stuff and make you do other stuff. So I'm curious to see how they continue to get this thing going. But, man, that's 2 huge wins, man. Beating Penn State, beating Michigan State in East Lansing on their homecoming. I mean, that's a big win for UCLA. And, man, bad loss for Michigan State.
And before you get out of here, if UCLA, just for shits and giggles, they got Indiana and Ohio State. Other than that, I think the way they're playing, they can win. Other than those 2 games, right, which I doubt they'll have the talent to play those 2 teams and be competitive. We'll see what happens. But does Tim have a shot in hell to even retain this job? I think it's going to be hard after what's happened there. I'm sure they're trying to go after some big-name guy now because, like you said, if they're going to have a salary increase meeting, it's probably not Tim Skipper regardless. We've seen this before. If Coach O couldn't keep a job at USC as an interim when he did a hell of a job there, it's going to be hard for Tim Skipper.
I don't think that Skip gets that job, but I think Skip he's playing himself into another head coaching opportunity somewhere else. And that's what I think Coach Skip's thinking about. Like,
Colorado State.
I'm going to do a great job for UCLA. Now, Jerry.
Oregon State.
Depending on who they hire at UCLA. Now, Jerry could be the coordinator next year. I could see that.
I can see Jerry, though, getting a Dan Hawkins kid, your guy. I mean, he's at Idaho State. Like,
I mean,
can you see a Newheisel taking Oregon State over, maybe even?
I just don't know. If Oregon State's got the resources right now.
They don't.
I don't think. Job.
But if you're Newheisel as a youngster, you take that job. No,
well, I think what Jerry. I mean, I'm not going to tell Jerry what to do, but if I was given advice, I'd say, listen, look for the best coordinator opportunity where you can win, and then get a big time head coaching job. Yeah, he might be able to get a head coaching job at a lower school, but I don't know if he wants to do that or not. Maybe he does. But like for me, I was an older coach, had been a coordinator for a long time. And I knew I wanted to run my own program, so I went down to come back up. That's why I went to Chafee and built that program from scratch and had a great year. Came to NSU that had been losing for the last 15 years, man. To think that NSU is 3-3 for the first time since 2011. That's a lot of football games, JB. That's a lot of coaches, a lot of players, man. And so I bet it on myself to say, hey, Chev is an unbelievable recruiter. He's a really good coordinator, but man, he's a program builder. He built Chafee in 1 year. He built an NSU. They're competitive in year 1. They're winning in year 2. They're ascending. You know, I think for Jerry, like Jerry's in a good spot right now because he's the play caller at UCLA, and all eyes are on UCLA. Yeah. So I sent Jerry a text after they beat Michigan State. Man, keep dealing, Jerry. Man, you're doing a great job because that was a tough position to get put into when they were just awful.
And Chev, real quick, briefly, just discuss it if you can. Like, people don't realize you're at a D2, but you have NFL and D1 lineage. So obviously, higher ups in the professional world and entertainment world thought of you, and you have been retained or taken on by Clutch Sports, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm represented by Clutch Sports.
Yeah, break that down real quick for everybody. So that's LeBron James as people, and that's his entertainment business. And now you're being represented by a big time situation, which I think is huge for the chat to know. So you might be the next big name.
Steve Combs, he's my agent. He's the former general manager of the Arizona Cardinals, and also working with Carl Reed at Clutch. So you know they took a chance on me. Steve took a chance on me because of our relationship with Coach Kingsbury. I know Cliff very, very well, and Cliff gave a great recommendation to Steve. And when Steve got the general manager job over at Clutch, we had a conversation, and he's like, Chev, Cliff really believes in you, man. I'm going to give you an opportunity. So, I mean, shoot, that he didn't have to take me on as a client, but that just showed that he believed in Cliff, and Cliff believes in me. And so it's who you know, right, JB? It's who you know, man.
All who you know.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Coach Cliff. That's dope, man. Congrats.
Hell yeah. Shay, who you got this week?
So we are going on the road again, man. We got William and Jewel, a good football program, and they're improving just like we're improving. But I told our guys today, we had our team meeting this morning, did our players of the game. You know, Ramon McKinney, our tailback, went for 200 all-purpose yards in the last game, 3 touchdowns. But I told our team that this chase is about us. It's about us getting better, us ascending at the end of the year, and playing your best football in October and November. And that's what good football teams do. So, JB, we're in the chase right now. Our goal is to get to 1-0 this week and keep ascending NSU to the next level, man.
No doubt. Keep killing it, man. You are already doing it. And hopefully we hear your name here soon, one of these jobs. Because every year we know. Around Thanksgiving time, Smitty, there'll be 30 of these things open. So
yes, it will be.
But keep killing it. I know you're focused on Northeastern. So shout out to you guys and keep winning. And we'll see you next week after another win.